Hey everyone, welcome to the first official episode of Car Camping 101. So what I'd like to just start off with is a kind of a summary of what I've been up to for the past 2 days. I decided to test out my, sleeping in the trunk idea and see how I could make it as comfortable as I could. The first night I was, running errands and getting stuff together to get ready to go. So, I did just a bare minimum to get a real understanding of just how uncomfortable it really can be sleeping in your car. And, I've got a pretty decently sized vehicle. So, it's a 2015 Jeep Patriot. I can't afford it, by the way, just if you were wondering. And what I did was I bought a sleeping bag, I got a yoga mat, had a couple blankets with me and a few pillows, a couple throw pillows and one little travel pillow. So the first night I didn't really make the best choices. I read online that you can park overnight in, a Walmart parking lot because they're pretty lenient on, what they allow, and people normally will park their campers out there and things like that. So I took it upon myself to go ahead and just go to the nearest Walmart, sleep there. But around midnight, I started to notice that there were these gigantic, incredibly loud, annoying, and horrible tremors happening because I was right next to an airport. And, being my occasionally just minimalist, lazy kind of self, I was just thinking to myself, like, man, you know what? I'll stick it out. It could be worse. So I laid there. I didn't actually want to set up my sleeping bag either because I was feeling a little bit self-conscious about, just having it set up. Like, I didn't want people to see me in a Walmart parking lot setting up a sleeping bag. So I was doing it at my own expense. So I should have just gone ahead and set that sleeping bag up. So I'm laying there, and I ended up rolling around, and I didn't want to open my windows because I didn't want someone to come and see me and then talk through the window. So a whole lot of nonsense. It was definitely a lot holding me back for no reason at all. So after about 5 hours of laying there, I finally managed to pass out. But that's definitely the wrong way to do it. If you're gonna go into this, you want to make sure you're doing it with as much confidence. No time for self-consciousness, because this is what I decided to do, so I need to make sure that I'm doing it appropriately. And so for day 2, I actually went ahead and got this nice setup going. I put in all the work and made sure it was a nice amount of comfort available, with what I've got. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm working with. Alright, so I'm going to start from the front and work my way around. So in the front seat, I obviously have very little going on. All I have is the front seat. And let's go back to the back seat. So in the back seat, I got my gym bag. I spent a good about maybe hour, honestly, packing a good gym bag. I've never really had a gym bag before. Some of my general luggage just, socked away under the seat so it wouldn't get in the way and, save me as much room as possible. This is actually the bag where most of my clothes are that don't need to be, non-wrinkled and pressed. So I don't really mind the condition of those, so I'm letting them get a little bit smashed. Got some loud cars riding around over here. Over here in the back, I've got my sleeping bag arrangement. So here, actually, before, I was just laying on this horribly uncomfortable solid, like this is one of those back trunk things that lift up, so it's pretty solid, wasn't cushioned at all, so my back was in absolute misery, I'd say. And over here I've got my just Gatorade stockpile, because I really love the green apple Gatorades. Holla if you like those too. Leave a comment below and I'll share the happiness with you, because those are definitely my favorite, especially when it's ice cold. Then that's something. Then you're really on to something. So yeah, this is just a sleeping bag I got at Walmart, and this is just the blanket I've been having. My aunt actually got me this, and thanks Aunt Pee-wee. And just a little tiny travel pillow because I didn't want to overdo it with the pillow. And then you can get a better view of that from this angle over here. I usually have my head right up here. Just hug this pillow right there. And it works out pretty well, honestly. Last night I got a pretty good 7 hours of sleep or so. Passed out around midnight. I actually got a quick workout in before going out. And yeah, so if you really want to make it happen and you have even less room than this, I'm sure it'd be possible. I'm actually lucky to have this much space because it gets the job done. As long as you're willing to put in the effort to set it up right, which honestly, if you're not willing to put in the effort to make sure you're comfortable every night, you probably shouldn't be even attempting this. But yeah, that's what I'm working with. I'm actually outside of the Walmart right now. Woke up about an hour ago, just been getting things ready. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll keep you guys updated on some more tips and info on how I'm doing things out here, the planning process that I'm coming up with, and what I'm going to be doing next, because there's a whole lot going into it, and I just want to make sure that everyone can see as much as I'm able to show. Well, see you guys next time. Make sure you follow my blog and check me out on Twitter and Facebook, because damn do I love social media.